How you doing, Serena Norel? Just a second, I'm trying to find myself on this thing. All right. Hello, lawn lifter. Hello, everybody. Before I start talking to everybody and saying hello to everybody, this is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. And if you haven't stayed here or if you haven't met me before, I am a gardener. I'm not going to call myself a prepper. I'm just going to call myself a suburban homesteader. I believe that we should do as much for ourselves as we possibly can. And today, when I went to the store, there was quite an eye-opener. Although some of the stuff was inexpensive, a lot wasn't. So I should name this thing. I haven't named this video yet because I'm not quite clear where I'm gonna go with this. But a lot of things happened when I was out there today. There were a lot of people out there shopping, especially at the big box store where they sell plants. I noticed that a lot of the trees and a lot of the seeds are gone at several stores. I mean, it was kind of like slim pickings. I started at the least expensive one, and then I moved my way up to the more expensive stores that carried seeds as well as plants. So before I go any further, let me go ahead and say hello to everybody. Hello, Lawn Lifter. Hello, GT Jr. at Grows It, Alaska. Hello, Consciously Living. Driving but listening GT. All right, thank you. Hello, Tina Johnson. Hello again, Serena Noel. You were the first one in here. Hello, let me see if I can say it. Hate Robinson. Hote Robinson. Hello, Full Circle Chick. Hello, Mary Vance. And hello, LP, the LP Dimension. So what I wanted to talk about was some of the prices. Some of the prices were alarming. And I had to go grocery shopping because I have to do that every now and then. Although I grow a lot of stuff, you still have to go to the store for things like rice and flour. And some people don't like sugar, but I buy sugar. And I haven't collected any honey yet, so I'm still buying honey and other things. I mean, odds and ends. Man. First, I'm going to start where I started off. I started off at the tree store, the $ tree store, right? And y'all know that they have seeds for $125. Hello, Craig. Oh, Chasing 55. How you doing? I'm the Craig. Hello, Chasing 55. How you doing? Hello, G Mama Grows Heart in the Garden. So I went to the least expensive store first, right? And last year when I went, nobody was buying any seeds. They had seeds up until fall. Not this year. Those seeds are gone. They're gone. I want to show y'all something because nobody believes me when I say that. So, who makes these seeds? Y'all see the name? It says American Seed, right? Look at this one. I got this from Wally World, and I got this from the Dollar Tree. So, I mean, this is premium seeds, so I guess they have these two for $125, but you can get these for 50 cents at the Wally World, right? And I bought this winter squash because this is the type of squash that I used to see when we were walking in Jamaica, the green one. So, hello, that's my art. How you doing? So, I wanted one like this. It's green on the outside. This is the one that used to grow wild out in, where were we? We were in, was it Falmouth? I can't remember. But I think I believe this is the squash that I used to see on the side of the road. One of the ones that I didn't get because I used to always try to wait till they they were ripe and then somebody else would get it. So I bought some seeds from the Dollar Tree, right? And I bought some from Wally World. And then I went and I bought, I get seeds from all over, right? By Baker Creek, everywhere. These two stores, This is the same seed company, by the way. They sell the same seeds at Dollar Tree and at Wally World. You see this? It's American Seed right there. One is at the bottom and one is at the top. They're both the same company. They're sold at two different places, except this is 33 cents and this is, hello Judith, Sylvester, how you doing? And this is 50 cents. Although I believe this seed would have cost 2 for $1.25 because this would have probably, it says premium select at the top. So you could actually get it cheaper at Wally World than you can at the Dollar Tree. Just an observation. Same company though. Same company seeds. That doesn't matter. What matters is we need to get our stuff in the ground because whew, I couldn't believe how much my bill came out to. I didn't know what to say. I just paid it. Paid it and blinked a lot. And I would think that people, I would, you know, from what I'm hearing across the news is that everybody is super uptight and everything. And I didn't experience that today. I went out there and everybody seemed to be kind. I mean, I'll tell you what I did. I went to the Dollar Tree, then I went to Wally World. I went to Lowe's, but I couldn't find a parking space because everybody's buying up everything. Hello, H2O Savior, because everybody's buying up. There were no opening spots because I need to fix the back fence and I need to go and buy some wood. There were no opening slots anywhere near the store. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going into the L to the O store to be, you know, elbow room because the parking lot was full. So I went on to, I was supposed to hit another store after I hit I didn't go into the L to the O store. I didn't go to the Home to the Depot store because those parking lots were full of cars. So I went to the Cost to the Cold store, right? Also full of cars, but I finally found a parking spot and I'm a member of that store. So I went in and I found some trees. I don't need any more trees, but they were $26.99. So I bought another Orient pear, and then I found a plum tree that I did not have. I forget what the name of it is. I wish I had written it down. It was one I don't have. So I bought that. I bought 2 trees. And they were $26.99, which is about $10 cheaper than you get it from the other two, I don't know about Sam's, other 2 box stores. So if you want to buy, they don't have any more citrus left. They're all gone. But they have plums, pears, apples, and maybe they'll have peaches. All the peaches were gone at the store I went to. But they had plums, apples, and pears. And they had Orient pears. And that's what I'm going to plant here, there, and everywhere. Because I don't want another fight with blight. I don't want that to happen again. That is so upsetting. So I was thinking to myself, Serena Noel, I'm going to be growing Georgia candy roaster squash. All right, and my beds are only 5 feet, but 10 feet, 5 feet by 10 feet. I have cattle panels going across 5-foot spaces on the other side. The squash can go up to 20. Good. All right. Tingling in my left hand. That's not good. Serena Pounds. Okay. H2O Savior saying hello. So when I was, that's my artist that HD was busy too. So when I was going around, I was thinking to myself, so much disturbing stuff is being reported. I would think that everybody would be uptight. So I decided that the soil that I've been purchasing is giving me trouble. My seedlings have been giving me trouble. Something is up with the soil I've been buying, the compost I've been buying. So I went to the Cost to the Coast stores and they had it on sale. How much was it? It was $9.99 and then it was $2 also. It was $7.99 for a big bag. The bag is about this big. It's bigger than the ones that I normally buy. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna buy some better soil. I'm just gonna stop being a cheapskate. And besides, it was on sale, so I bought about 4 or 5 bags. And as I was taking the soil and trying to put it in my cart, do you know people were helping me? And I was like, okay, normally people like mind their business, but it seems like everybody realizes that we need each other, is what I'm saying. Everybody's starting to realize that you better make some friends. You better start networking with your community. I started doing that. I tried to do it during the pandemic, but everybody's a little scared. But I mean, you got to find some people who are around you just in case you need help. I know that I have people scattered about, but you have to have somebody you can call. And even though there was nobody in the store that I particularly knew, they know me because I go in there all the time. They be like, oh, she's a regular. So let me tell you my full story. So I'm struggling with this soil, right? Huge bag of soil. It had to be 50 pounds. I don't know, 40 pounds. It was over 25 pounds because I could lift 25 pounds with one hand. I'm pretty strong. I'm a gardener. Y'all know gardeners. Gardening, we keep our strength up because we digging in that dirt. And that bag was heavy. And the cart slipped from behind, under me, right? And this woman, stranger, pushed the cart back up and helped me get the bags into it. She said, "Are you done?" I didn't know this lady from anything. I never seen this lady before in my life. She stood there and waited for me to load all my bags. And then she was like, "Okay, you sure that's all you want?" And I said, "Yeah." And then she said, "Okay." And I told her, "Thank you." And she was on her way. She didn't want anything. All she did was the good deed, right? You would think that would have ended the good deeds for the day. So I got about 4 bags of that soil because it was on sale. It was $7.99. How many? It doesn't say. It says planting soil. It doesn't say how much. It had to be 50 pounds, 40 to 50 pounds. So I go to the front because my cart was full, right? Because I didn't know I was going to get all this soil. And I went to the front and I said, "Look, I have to get the big cart, the cart with no sides on it. I need that big one because I got 4 bags of this stuff. Plus I had to get some dog food. And it weighed more than the dog food. So it had to be 50 pounds. So I finally check out and I go outside and I ordered, now I know I'm being bad, the H to the EB various tomato seedlings are, yep, 175, and so are the herbs. The herbs are 175 too. I got some chocolate mint out there from the H to EB store. So I go outside, I ordered a pizza. Now, you know I ain't supposed to be eating pizza, right? I know I'm not supposed to be eating pizza, but I ordered a pizza, right? Because I said, why would I just buy one slice of pizza for $1.99 when I get a whole pie for $10 from the Costa to Co store? So, Serena Noel, H, hi. Oh, she's just saying hi. So, my cart is full. I got dog food. I got another one of these as a brooder. I had to buy another one because I sold mine and gave some of them away, right? So I got one of those, and then I got sugar. I got all kind of stuff in there, right? And I got this big old pizza box on top of this rattling car, right? It looked like the cart of Christmas past. All kind of stuff was hanging over the side. So the lady at the door was like, "You're finally finished, girl?" Not girl. She said, "If you finally finished, honey," because that's how they talk out here, honey. And I said, "Yeah, I'm finished. You need help outside?" I said, "No." Now that's pride, because I say I could do it myself. I don't care. I need the exercise. That's how I think. That woman must have been watching me, because when I got to my truck, the wind was blowing and everything fell all over the parking lot. That tote was full of stuff and the pizza was on top. The pizza turned over upside down. The tote was on the ground. It was a mess, right? The plants, the trees, well, one fell on the floor, one in the parking lot. And I'm standing there wondering, I was like, the first thing I thought was, "Oh man, my pizza," right? Because, I wanted that pizza. And if the pizza was upside down, it flipped completely upside down. So I bend down to pick the pizza up, and this man comes out of nowhere. And he says, "Ma'am, you need some help?" And I was like, "Yes." Yes, I need some help. The wind was blowing. I almost hit the guy. The guy who was parked next to me was in a handicap spot. I was right next to the handicap spot, right? And the cart was blowing to his side. And I was like, sir, I didn't hit your car. I didn't hit your car. He said, I know you didn't hit my car. So this man shows up from nowhere. And he says, you need help putting your stuff in your truck. He loaded everything in my truck, right? And I flipped my pizza back right side up, right? And he said, you just hold on to the cart because the wind was blowing bad. It's still blowing bad. I was like, man, this bad. The wind is bad today. My cameras was going off because the trees were moving and cameras around. You know, I got cameras around, right? And I was like, who's at my house? It was nothing but the wind. The wind knocks over the trash can, everything today. So he loads everything in the truck for me, including the trees. And then he was like, okay. And he took my cart and he put it to, that's when I realized he worked for the store. He went back and put the cart back where it belonged. Or maybe he didn't work for the store because he went to the wrong place. I don't know. He might have been a stranger. We had bad wind today too here in Detroit. I'm out here in all the Austin area and it's blowing bad enough to set off cameras, motion sensors. So he took the cart back. I told him thank you and God bless you because I was struggling. I needed help because I didn't want the cart to hit that guy's car because it was the wind was blowing it into the handicap spot where the guy was parked. And I was like, I don't need this kind of drama. I don't need this. So I was so thankful. I told him thank you. I took my little pizza and I said, well, I know the pizza ain't no good, but I put it in my truck anyway, right? Do you know I got home and that pizza was just fine? It did not look like it had been flipped over. You know how normally pizza would be, all the cheese would be stuck to the top of the box? Nothing. So there are still good people out there. There are still people out there who will help you. You just have to, you don't have to look for the, you have to look for the good. If you go out there and expect good and don't go out there with a negative attitude because a lot of the things that are going on right now are scary. A lot of people are scared and upset, but the more you listen to it, the worse. Sometimes I get anxiety sometimes listening to it. That's why I've been drinking chamomile tea. I was like, either I drink this chamomile tea, I might start drinking kava tea. Either that or drink yourself to death. You better off drinking the tea. You don't want to have liver failure after this thing is over. Because it'll be over. They keep on talking about the stock market is down and all this stuff. So we as gardeners should not have to worry about these. Just try. You're going to get something. You're going to get something. I know the water bill is going up. The electricity bill is going up. Shoot, the property tax is going to go up because Board of Ed, them cheats is going to get paid. They're going to get paid by the state now. You know what that means, right? So go ahead and plant your stuff because even though everything is going up, utilities and everything else is going up, it is still cheaper for you to do this. And if you have too much, you start talking to your neighbors. Who is that? Sylviard, how you doing? Sylviard's Garden Adventures. Start talking to your neighbors. Barter with them, which means that's like quid pro quo, this for that, the good kind. Because, man, things are going to get interesting for a little while. This has already happened. This happened in, I think, what year was it? 2008? Happened a couple of times in my lifetime. Couple of times. Reduction in force, RIF. I remember when they did that. Where was I? What? I forget what duty station. Was it Fort Riley? I think it was in 2000. Happened in 2000. Happened in 2008. It's been a long time since it happened, but it's happened. Every 10 or so years, this happens. So, man. They're talking about things like the stock market and people worry about their 401ks. Don't look at it. Don't look at your 401k. Ignore it. If you have something in retirement, you leave it there because guess what? It's going to go back up. It's going to go back up. All these people, I hear a bunch of fear. I hear people who are fearful. And I've heard this before. I've heard all of this before. They're upset. I know I'm upset about the stuff too. There's nothing you can do about it except what you can do. And that's work to accomplish something. Work to accomplish something positive in your life. I know everybody is not 100%, but you do what you can, right? We don't want to end up eating at McDonald's. I hate to say that, but it's true. We don't want to end up in food deserts. First of all, food deserts are real. I lived in Jamaica, Queens, in a bad neighborhood. I grew up in a bad neighborhood. We had one grocery store, and if that grocery store had closed down, and how long did it take us to get to it? Walking, because we didn't have a car. We were walking. Me and my brother used to walk to the grocery store, and it took us 20 to 30 minutes with a cart. One of them two-wheel carts. You remember the old metal kind? Or some of them had plastic on it. We would walk all the way to that supermarket, and the whole neighborhood supported that supermarket, because if that supermarket closed down, guess what? The next one was not in our neighborhood. There was the people who lived across the bridge. They didn't have a supermarket. They had to go take a bus or a cab or whatever. Man, I don't know how they did it. They must have went to ours, because it was a long walk for us. So food deserts are real. And I know that vegetables going to go up. I know they're going to go up. You know why? You know who used to pick these things besides the gardeners? Who worked in the field recently? Not back in slavery times. I hate to say that. Who is harvesting all this stuff? Migrant workers. And they're leaving. They're getting kicked out. So who's gonna do it? Grow your stuff, because this stuff is gonna go up. It's gonna go up. I'm not trying to be a fear monger or anything, but there's plenty of time. There's no excuse. If you have any sunlight coming into your house, I'm gonna show y'all something. If you have any sunlight coming into your house, you can grow some. You can grow microgreens. You grow and preserve. That's right, Sylvia. Preserve all you can. Some people don't know how to pressure can. I did not know how to pressure can until Full Circle Chick says grow all you can, and grow what you can. If you can't grow, even though you can try, because I've been trying. God knows I've been trying. I'm good at starting seedlings in the house, but I'm not good at keeping them alive. Once they get to that adolescent phase, I got to put them outside. GT, I've been trying, trust me. That's why I go ghost after a while with the, wig, because I'm like, man, all my stuff is passing away. Eventually I'll get it. But just like with everything, just like with growing outside, everything has a learning curve. Ray of Sunshine said, plant tulips and can't remember where. Planted trying to grow peppers. You planted tulips? Dig them tulips. I'm just joking. Tulips are nice, but they only flower one time a year. I used to have tulips. Find another spot and plant some. I'll tell you what's pretty. I think that this one, squash, is pretty. That's a pretty one, right? Now this is for tea. Calendula. I haven't grown this yet, right? You grow this in a pot. This is a pot plant. Trust me, and it's a perennial too. Peppers, sweet peppers, don't cut these jokers down. Overwinter them. Keep them in your house and let them pass away, naturally. Don't you do it. Keep watering them, pull them in the house. I know that we're having trouble with these squash, but they're still worth growing. You might get 2 or 3 of them. There's a bug out there that happens to like squash. Vine borer. I had them last year. Everybody had problems with them, but if you plant them early enough, you should get it. Yes, I'm trying peppers in a bucket this year. And you know what? It works. I went and pulled everything out of my greenhouse yesterday, and I'll show you. I'll take you out there in a minute. It's another one. I have Dollar Tree buckets full of calendula. Okay, so I'm going to try to do that. I haven't grown this yet. I'm still trying to grow it. I have the seeds sprouting right now. Eggplant is another pretty plant. This has purple flowers on it. You could grow this in a bucket too. You could grow this in a planter. I've seen people growing in planters. And actually, when it's in a planter, I think it's prettier than when it's in the ground. I like the way this one looks and this one. This has purple flowers. I don't know what color flowers this is, but they're both nice. Lynette Lawrence, Jamerica, you are correct about stock market coming. What is it? Stocks, it comes up and down. It is always going down. Folks don't get discouraged. Plant. Let me tell you what, when the stock market goes down, it's a fire sale. It's just like a bargain basement. They're selling stocks at bargain basement prices. You have, I don't know about stocks. Stocks are kind of risky, but mutual funds, them jokers drop. Buy what you can. If you have the money, if you have dispensable, you know what, extra cash that you have that you don't need for emergency fund, it's a fire sale. They're having a sale. The store is not going out of business, but they're slashing prices. That's how I retired early. I'm telling you the truth. That happened and everybody don't know my story. I retired from the military and I retired from the city of Austin. And in 2008, we had the same thing happen. People were losing their houses. Ooh, it was bad. And they called us at work and they said, the city manager said, we're trying to keep everyone employed. We're not going to give anybody a pink slip. But the city is struggling right now, so nobody's getting a raise, but we're not going to give you any, because every year we used to get an increase and we would get all kind of like little bonuses, like $1,500 for, what was it for being, like and once you make five years, you get so much. They give you bonuses with the city of Austin. It's a good place to work, or it used to be. I don't know what it is now. He said, we can't give you any of that because we're trying to keep all of you here. And they did not. The only people who got put out was the temporary people. Everybody else kept their jobs. Even the people who had he said, and there was a hiring freeze. Nobody got laid off. And I remember my coworkers panicking, looking at their 401. We didn't have 401ks. We had 457ks. Same thing. They were looking at it and watching their stuff drop. They were looking at their mutual funds and they were watching their mutual funds drop, and they were pulling their money out. Don't do that. Don't do that unless you are on your last bit of money. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. They want you to pull it out. They'll ask you if you want to pull it out. Do not pull it out, because first of all, they're going to take 25% off the top, or it's either 20 or 25. So say you have five grand in there. 20% of that is gone to the government, straight off the top, pre-tax. Don't pull that money out unless you don't have anything left, nothing. So when that happened, I remember one time, because I was like, I'm going to get my butt out of here as soon as possible. That was my whole plan. My whole plan from day one, to get out of there as soon as I could. I was like, what? Don't pull it out. It's coming back up. I know. Oh my. They were pulling their money out. 25%, 20 to 25% of the top the federal government takes. Texas doesn't have a state tax. They give it to the property owners. So I met this guy. God puts people into your life for a reason. I met this guy. He was from Louisiana. He was a Cajun guy. He sat like 5 or 6. This is before this happened. He said, what y'all need to do is put your money into your 401k or your 457 and buy your time back with that money. It's pre-tax money. So you roll it in, you put it in, and you roll it into your retirement to get out of there. And I asked him, what was his name? Man. Anyway, I asked him, well, when do you stop? He said, you buy until you can't buy no more. That's when you stop, right? So I remember I saw him, and I was still working for the city, right? And I saw him walking down in the airport, and he says, I said, hi, how you doing? I bought my time. I bought some time. He said, okay. I said, well, I can't. I just bought this much, and they say I could buy this much. He said, then you go back and you buy it again. You keep on buying. Anyway, yes, there are penalties if you are 59.5, but there's also penalties with the 457K that if you're still working for that organization, they're going to fine you. They're going to take money from you if you pull it out early. You gotta stop working there. Man, I remember my coworkers sitting there discussing this stuff, talking about, me and my husband, we got to pull it out. We're losing too much money. Don't count that money. Don't look at it. And it was so interesting because I thought it was just the people who didn't know any better. I mean, I thought it was just the people who were like facility service workers who had high school. Some of them people are smarter than the people who have college educations, because them facility service workers were buying that stuff up. Some of them were just walking out. I met this one guy named Tony. I never forget it. He was a supervisor for facility service. He said, I'm out of here. He said, I bought all my time. I'm out of here. Me and my wife we're gonna open our own cleaning business. Man, and then I see directors when we had when it dropped, it dipped. People became rich during that time. They were buying those stocks up for nothing. And they just sat on it. Don't sell your stuff. I didn't mean to get on that, but I hear so many people panicking, talking about, oh, this is happening and I'm losing all my money. It's temporary, unless the only way you lose your money completely is if you buy stocks in a particular company and that company goes out of business. That's it. Mutual funds, they're going to go back up because it's a whole bunch of companies in a group. And there's a fund manager who is managing that fund. Even though it's dropping, everybody's losing at that time. The only way you'll lose it, the only way you lose is if you pull it out. Leave it there. I don't know how I got on that, but that needed to be said because I hear all kind of people, panicking. So when my pizza got knocked over, and I'm just telling you that not because I'm trying to tell anybody what to do. It's just that I don't think that some people know that, and I just want y'all not to. If that's what you're thinking about, and don't look at it. If it's gonna freak you out, I didn't look at mine. I told my director that. My director came in there. He said, "Oh man, he was all his hair." I'll never get him coming in. Poor man. He got a wife and kids, right? Now he got big time bills, right? Just because you make a lot of money don't mean that you got a lot of money. Some people spend more than they make. My grandma always told me it's not what you make, it's what you keep. He came in there, his hair was all frazzled up, and that was unlike him. This guy was a pretty boy, right? His hair was all jacked up, right? And this was before money in your hands is like water in your hands, gone fast. Just, leave it alone. He came in there, his hair was all jacked up, right? Director. And I said, what's wrong with you? He said, I'm losing money. And I looked at him, I said, stop looking at it. And then I went back to doing what I did. And I was the lowest man on the totem pole. I told him, don't look at it. Don't look at it. If it's going to do that to you, if it's going to stress you out, don't look at it. So, I don't know what he did. But anyway, it was kind of funny. Money in your hands are like water. Okay. Adventure. I am a full war with the vine borer. Yeah. Vine borer got me last year. But I did get some green ones. Some green squash. What I want is winter squash. Butternut squash, because that stores well. That's another thing. Potatoes are a good crop. Things that can store. Potatoes, squash, pumpkin, cushaw. Those hard ones that you could sit there on your counter for months. That'll take you through the winter. I still got sweet potatoes in my garage. I'll probably have sweet potatoes until I get more sweet potatoes because I got slips going now. So, who is it? Deborah, I can't say it. Theodore, stop, Jamerica, I'm crying. Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that are scary out there. So if it is frightening you like it's doing me, I'm not beyond being scared. Some people are just, and I'm so upset because we're losing some, not losing, but some people are just like, I'm just going, take a break from social media. A lot of people are saying that. And I know it's because of what's going on. And they're from different, it's not just here in the USA that's having problems. This is going across. And things are going to go up and down. That's a part of life. All we have to do, we're still alive. We can still grow something, even if it's microgreens. Shoot, you can sell those microgreens, by the way. You can make a killing off of those jokers. Microgreens are a good crop, and you grow that in the house. Even if it's microgreens that you're growing on up on a little stand, you don't have to go and buy any greens. You don't have to go and spend a bunch of money because there ain't nobody who's gonna pick them. They're gonna pay U.S. labor prices now for people to go out there and harvest, or they're gonna have to. Maybe they'll give visas out to people. Who's gonna pay for the visas? Because I brought my cousin to this country. That ain't cheap. Bringing an immigrant over here, they want to know all your business. They won't know all your money is. You gotta pay. You gotta pay all the way around, and a lot of farmers can't afford to pay for those kind of visas. Where we gonna get it from? So it's gonna be interesting. Let me say this. I still see a lot of stuff coming in because I went to the store today, and I'm still seeing produce coming in from different countries, right? Hello, broke farmer, how you doing? I'm still seeing produce. I have 2 containers of microgreens growing now in front of my hydroponic system. Yep, bar brownie. Yep, I have one outside. Now, microgreen seeds are just regular seeds that you just harvest early. And you could make them grow to, like I have kale microgreens that I'm just going to let go ahead and most of it's going to be kale. It's going to be regular kale. I'm going to plant it in the yard. The prices of vegetables going to go up because of this chicken, egg, whatever. I don't know what's going on with these chickens, man. Man, everybody's afraid with them chickens. Because of what's going on with the flu that they say that is going around, eggs, my mother told me it's $1 egg in New York. That's how much it is. They're selling eggs by the each. You can go to the corner store. They called it a bodega. We called it a corner store when I was a kid. She said the bodega is selling them $1. You can buy 1 egg for $1 in New York. And who's to say that it's not going to go up? So I wonder when chicken and everything else is going to go up. I'm sure it is. It did before. Chicken went up. Went up. Where was I? I went on a cruise. So that had to be 2 years ago. I went on the cruise. It was 99 cents a pound. I came back. It was $1.49 a pound. Something like that. And then it came back down. So, yeah, $1 egg. They're buying them by the egg. 1 egg, $1. My mama don't eat eggs, though. She said she's allergic. I told her. So my mama lives in New York City, right? That's where I was born and raised. And I said to her months ago, Mom, I'll drive up there and drop some chickens off. She said, I can't have no chickens. I can't have no chickens. Don't you bring no chickens here. Now, she said she went around the corner because she takes her little walks, right? And she see chickens in the middle of the street in New York City. I told her, I said, forget about them I'm not going to cuss. Forget about them darn people. You go ahead and get you some chickens. I ain't going to do it. She's such a good citizen because I would have had chickens. She has a backyard. Put them in a little cage. Who want to know? Get some chickens. Why are you? She complies too much. And I was the one who was military. You think I'd be the one who want to be a rebel? I'd be like, shoot. I might call up my cousin, as a matter of fact, and tell him, yo, I'm going to drop some chickens off in the backyard. He'll be down because he don't care. He probably struggling. As a matter of fact, I'm calling him. I got a cousin named Tyrone. Well, you better call Tyrone. Call him. I'm calling Tyrone. I'm calling Ty. For sure. I didn't even think about that until now. It didn't hit me. Didn't register. But I got him in my Rolodex. I'm calling my cousin Tyrone. I'm going to drop some chickens off. Or I'm going to send him an incubator and some eggs. Some fertilized eggs. What? Sylvia said, yes, call Tyrone. Call him. Y'all think I'm joking. My mama is 80 years old. She don't want no trouble. She complies too much. Shoot, there's nobody else is complying. I was outside in the backyard. And I swear, there's somebody got some goats. I am bad. And I'm trying to figure out who it is. So I can ask him for some milk. Oh, Lord. All right. I hear them damn goats. I know there's goats back there. Everybody hear them. Everybody hear them and don't hear them. They be like, oh, that's so. I don't know who it is, but they in this circle. And I didn't even, I said that to my mother because I talk to my mother on a regular to make sure everything's going all right, make sure she got food and everything's all right in the house. And I said, Mom, somebody got a goat or two. She said, yeah, they have them for milk. My mother's Jamaican, right? I didn't even think about milk. I was like, what the heck they got goats for? They didn't register. They go to the backyard. Oh, my. Sylvia, a garden adventure. I'm not complying. Now the city says we can have 2 chickens instead of 10, no roosters. I hear roosters every day. I got roosters. I got to get rid of them. They too loud. Nobody wants roosters. Wait a minute. Yes, they do. When I was selling some chickens. I might sell some more because I think I got too many. Do you know people of all walks of life want roosters? And the reason why they want roosters is because you can't get fertilized eggs without roosters. These people want to start hatching their own eggs so they can start selling chickens to people or selling. Because if you didn't watch that video about window shopping for chickens that I put out where I was talking to Callahan's, I think he's the owner that I was talking to, or he's the manager. I think he's the owner though. He said he having trouble getting chicks. I went to Tractor Supply and they're having trouble getting chicks. Then they can't tell you when they're coming in. It's like, or if they're going to come in. And Callahan's, he says that, he used to have at least 1,000 chickens in there and there's none in there. Slim pickings in there. I don't know. It's probably worse now. My neighborhood had 40 chickens and my neighbor had 40 chickens and a rooster. That sounds like me. I don't have 40. I don't know. I have out in the country, I have a bunch. And I need to sell some more. Definitely. Especially after I freaking went to the store and they freaking turned my pockets inside out. I walked out of there, like you ever been robbed? That's where that term comes from. When they they go in your front pockets and turn them inside out to make sure they got all your money. That's what I feel like they did. So full circle chicks, then a raccoon got in. Wait a minute. Oh, a raccoon got in? Shoot. I saw, I got to stop throwing eggs out there. My coworker is selling a dozen eggs for $5. That's the going price right now. That's a good price. Because here in Texas, what is it? $7.99 for 12? $5 a dozen is good. $5 a dozen is good nowadays. $4 a dozen is better, but $5, It ain't as much as the store. The store is way more. And you pay tax on top of that. No, you don't pay tax for eggs. I don't think you pay tax for eggs. So we need to grow as much as we can. I'm gonna show you what I got going. 9 a dozen in LA. Shoot. Yes, it's in Houston. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. So I should have left that on the stand. So I'm saying to grow what you can, right? And if you can have a fruit tree, if you now somebody asked me about dwarf fruit trees, and they do have dwarf fruit trees. They're just hard to find. But you can prune your tree and keep it small. You don't have to have, why'd I take that thing off the stand? I'm fussing at myself now. You don't have to let the thing grow. Don't you come out here, girl. You don't have to let the thing grow high. So these are kale microgreens, right? But I'm gonna let these jokers grow into regular kale. This is all my squash, my bitter melon, all that, right? These are all berry bushes, mulberry, raspberry, blackberry, grapes. Where's the ones my neighbor gave me? She gave me a whole bunch of grapes. Look at this. My neighbor, talk to your neighbors. She propagated all of this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grapes that she grew. This is what is it? Papaya. I grew that from seed from the supermarket. These are all tissue culture. Tissue culture works, guys. It's all tissue culture, and the bigger, this is tissue culture. Ooh, the LSU Gold. This is only about 6 months old. I got to get it out of this pot, and it'll get a lot bigger. Tissue culture out there is like 3 plants for $22, and they grow fast. And here's my potato seeds, right? I would take you out there, but I'll probably lose internet connection. So here's some of the other trees I bought from the cost to the cold store. It's a navel orange, and this is a blood orange. These two. This is my lemongrass. In Jamaica, they call that fever grass. These are the ones I got from the H to the EB store. $1.75 each. This is chocolate mint. This I grew from seed. This is oregano. That's when the seeds were 25 cents. They're 33 cents now. But look, you could do it. I have a friend who propagated over 100 fig cuttings. I'm looking at a new way to propagate fig cuttings because I got Chicago hardy figs out there. Big ones, right? And I was watching a short, right? And this lady, she just sticks her fig cuttings in water and changes the water every couple of days. Oh, this is soursop right here. This is soursop. This is soursop. These soursops have never been outside. It's too hot here. I'm afraid they might pass away on me, and they cost too much, so I don't want to start over. But this lady was propagating her sorry guys. She was propagating her fig cuttings in a glass jar, and she said her son was taping her, and he said, "Well, how do you do it?" She said she just clipped them off and put them in a glass of water, and every couple of days she changes the water out, and they had roots on it. So I went out to my Chicago hardy fig. Soursop is pretty. I've never gotten the fruit, but you can use the leaves. You can use the leaves for tea in a soursop, and I bought soursop leaves. Once you get the tree, I think I got one, and it's tissue culture that this one was. Not this one, but this one behind it. That one. This one right here. That was tissue culture. It's growing a little slow, but it'll grow. It'll grow. This one this came from Puerto Rico. I spent a lot of money on this tree, and I got it, and it was all smushed. It was flat. And man, you know how some of them people are. They don't want to give you your money back. And he says, oh, he or she, whoever it was from Puerto Rico, he says, oh, it'll be all right. Just take care of it. I had it on the ground. That's when I first started YouTube, and I was upset. Gardening is great. How you doing? And it came back. It's doing better than the other one. I gotta up pot this one too this year. Once it gets warmer out here, I'll go take it outside and do it. So we've covered a lot in reference to, you know, making sure you take care of your state of mind, right? Don't start drinking a lot unless you're drinking tea, because they'll drive you to drink. If you watch enough of that stuff, enough of the news, I mean, whew, I can only watch so much. And the ones that are not, some of the ones that are not, you know, saying what's going on are just angry. Like, angry man on TV or angry woman on TV. And that's where I got some of this from. Some of the people were panicking because they were losing money in the stock market. I was like, you ain't losing nothing unless you pull it out. Then you lost for sure. Leave it there. Just keep on trying, keep on working on your garden. We are not going to experience the prices that everybody else is, although water is going to go up. Our water bills, they said it's going to go about $20, $30 baseline. And then I thought about it and I said, well, let me think about it. When I go to the store and I buy vegetables, how much do I spend per week on vegetables? $20 to $30 versus spending $20 to $30 on water a month extra on top of the regular water that I use. So I said, well, you know, I still come out better growing my stuff and save rainwater. You know, that is a good idea. Now, they got this little rule here in Texas. The local Colorado Authority owns the water that falls from the sky. But you know what? I might get somebody put some rain gutters on here and put a barrel out there and start collecting rainwater. Although it doesn't rain much out here. This is Texas. It rains in early spring, and then drought all through the summer's drought, and then we get rain in fall, maybe in winter. Doesn't rain a lot here. On spring is the main time. Once July, August hits, we don't get much rain. Not here in Austin. And if you're in Houston and Dallas, I can't speak for those. Texas is huge. But in central Texas, right here in this Austin area, dry enough to have holes. I have videos where I could step in a hole and it come up to my hips because it sinks. It cracks and sinks. So you can't collect water unless you dig a well. And I don't think I could dig a well here. I'll probably get in trouble for that. So there's only so much you can do. I just have to pay the water bill. I just have to pay the water bill to that, you know, that guy and his family, because it's owned by a private guy. That's what I have to do. There's really nothing I can do about it. I do have rain barrels here, 55-gallon drums, but those are for emergency. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 of them, but that's not enough water to get me through the summer. So I'll do it. I guess I could get another barrel and put it out here, but I'll probably, I don't know. I hear goats. Maybe I'll get away with it. Who knows? If it gets too bad, don't be surprised if you don't see a big old barrel, not a barrel, but a big old water catchment system in here. I think there's codes against there. It might be a violation, but I don't know. You don't know. Better to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? I gotta tell my mama that. She keep telling me no chickens. I'm calling Tyrone. So go ahead and plant your seeds, because even though the water bill is gonna be high, because if it's high here, it's gonna go up everywhere. Don't be surprised. At least the only reason why I know it's gonna go up high, because they didn't tell us. They might put a blurb on your bill. I went to the water company complaining because I thought it was too high, and she was like, "Oh yeah, here's the new rates." I was like, "What?" So grow your stuff. Grow your stuff. If you grow it in containers, remember you're gonna have to water that more, especially if you're in a dry place like here, or a hot dry place like here. They dry out quicker. The clay ground holds on to water more. I might even mulch out there, because the mulch helps to stop it drying out as quick, believe it or not. So plant as much as you can so you don't have to pay for for what's getting ready to happen, because it already went up to 79 cents for a bell pepper. And I remember I thought I didn't buy bell peppers, but I did. I bought those colorful bell peppers because, and I think they grew. I wanted those seeds. So I did buy bell peppers recently. I keep forgetting about that because I protest stuff like that. I'd be like, no, I ain't buying that. I went out there to get some fruit today and all I got was apples. It's like apples, $3.99. Peaches, $7.99. Peaches are going back. I don't need peaches. I'll wait for my peaches to come in. Sylvia, I had to get some rain barrels. It's pouring right now. I put out 5-gallon buckets to get what I can. All right. Save rainwater. I have 2 rain barrels. I have the 4, but we'll see. That's what? 55, 110, 220 gallons. That's not enough. Yes, fruits are high too. Yeah, I put them jokers back. Oh, so y'all remember I showed you those avocado trees that I grew, right? And I told you that I was going to show you the type of avocado that I used to grow that tree. So I'm going to show you the avocado from Wally World. It's that big old tropical one. You see that? You see the skin on it, how smooth it is? And it doesn't say where it came from. It says Rivers Avocados, right? It's a hybrid because it has a 4 on it. See how big it is? So let me show you what they turn into. Put it in a pot. Heart up, right? Heart side up, like a heart. And this is from last summer. It ain't even a year old. I'm gonna show you the ones I bought from the store, the Has. This is them. These 2. Let me move back. See them? That's them. They're from seed that I planted. I think I planted these in May. Maybe. Plant your seeds. Look, it's as tall as me. This is me. It's about 5 feet 5. 5 feet 5 inches. And it's not a year old. Now let me show you the Hass avocado. These poor things. They look so bad. They're trying to come back. These ones, look. Look at that. I can't take it back because it's still alive. Barely. and this one and its partner. There's 2 of them here. They're both doing horrible. And this is the one from seed. See? Things ain't always what they seem. Don't be listening to people. Just try. Try it. You ain't got nothing to lose. If I, you know what? Some people say, well, you ain't gonna get the avocado that you started with. I don't care. I don't care as long as I get an avocado. It's gonna be an avocado, ain't it? We'll see. We will see. Same thing with your citrus seeds. If you find a seed in your citrus, which is rare nowadays because they make them seedless on purpose. See my hand? That lime tree in the back has seeds in it. And I plant them. I might get 1 out of 25 or whatever. It doesn't matter to me as long as it grows. So I plant them. Free citrus. Free citrus, free seeds. Not all the seeds work, but some of them do. Especially those avocado seeds. Now that joker right there is not cheap. I said it was $5, but it's not $5. I think it's $3.99. I'm gonna show it to you again. I think it's like $3.99. It's not Hass. It is not a Hass avocado. This is either a Florida avocado or another kind. It doesn't say. Let me see what it says on here. That wind. My allergies are. It comes from the Dominican Republic. That's all I know. It's a tropical avocado. It's not the cheap one. It's going to cost you. But the seed is worth And it tastes good, by the way. It tastes better than Hass avocado. The seed makes it all worth it. Okay. Let's see. Deborah Theodore, wow. Diary of a Fat Girl, how you doing? Wow, I'm having problems getting my avocado seed to sprout. Just stick it on top of the soil and keep it warm and watered. And either it's going to rot, hate to say it, or it's going to grow. If it doesn't rot, keep on watering it. Don't keep it damp, but keep it moist. And eventually that joke could crack open and start growing. I don't grow it in that little jar thing because I did that as a kid. You know, you put it in the jar, you put the toothpicks in it. I don't do that. I put it in the soil, heart side up, because it's going to look like a heart, right? Make it look like a heart in the ground. And just wait to see what it's going to do. And I've had, I think it do better in the summertime when it's hot, because avocados are a tropical fruit. And I eat the avocado and I plant that seed. If it grows, it grows. Most of the time it grows though. These, not the Hass though. The Hass give me trouble. Sometimes they sprout, but I don't want a Hass avocado. This tastes better and this grows better. That's Rusty, my rooster. You hear him? He's cruising for a bruising. Don't play with them roosters. Let's see. Let me see, Deborah Theater, I put all my seed in my compost hoping to get some plants. Compost sometimes it grows, sometimes it won't. Tomatoes will probably grow in your compost, but this maybe not. This maybe not, because that soil it's not broken down. I throw it in a pot with some soil and just let it go. I have one out there somewhere in a pot. And if it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it hasn't rotted on me, so that means that the seed is still alive. So I just leave it out there. Sylviard's Garden Adventure. I would love to grow avocado that side. Me too. And I might. 5 feet? I'm going to make sure I fertilize that joker and up pot them. There's 2 of them. Make sure I up pot them and see what happens. Diary of a Fat Girl said, okay, thank you. Ray of Sunshine said, that's good. It did not rot. Yeah. If it rots, then it's no good. Then you just start over. You ain't got nothing to lose. You already ate the avocado, even though it's expensive avocado. That's why it's worth it. Anyway, I got to go out there and discipline my rooster. Does anybody, I mean, I hope that nobody is feeling as anxious as I was earlier today. I had to just turn off the TV and I said, well, I need to go to the store anyway, and I'm going to go out there. And sometimes going out there and talking and being with other people make things better, because you don't feel the stress that you can sometimes get from watching that TV. That TV can bring you down. Watching the news all the time. It's good to stay informed. I want to be informed. But man, live life, because life is a lot more pleasant than what's being projected sometimes. I mean, there are a lot of people out there who are growing their gardens, and they're giving you a lot of good information. Those are the people you want to listen to, the ones who are going to tell you what to do or try to help you or help me grow some stuff and do something positive to combat what's going on right now in our minds as well as in our pockets. Especially when you're looking at the grocery bill and you're like, wow, that's double what it used to be 2 years ago. Double. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for being with me. I hope this was uplifting. I hope I made some people laugh. And I hope that you all go ahead and get your seeds, whether it's from anywhere. Get your seeds, because this is going to give you 30 chances versus 1 chance with a seedling. Even though, some seedlings are better than others. I got to say that. Depending. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I thank everybody for being with me, and I'll see you guys on another one, all right? Bye, y'all.